Skaters are natural born haters. I mean, skater and hater even rhymes, so it's really no surprise that there are a lot of things that can make a skater mad. It could be random people, to fellow skaters, to even inanimate objects. Everybody can get the smoke, or I guess the skate. So that is why in this video, I'll be covering far from all, but the most common things that skaters hate and will get mad over. And to be clear, just because I put something or someone in this video does not mean that I actually hate it myself. So if you're upset about something, take it up with the skate gods or the comment section. And without taking up any more time, let's just get right into this video. But first, what would you do if you were going to the store and you got hit by a distracted driver? Well then, you could call Pound Law, that is Pound 529, and get in contact with Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Did you know that you don't need a lot of money to hire a lawyer? Because with Morgan & Morgan, their fee is free. You only pay if you win, and there is no upfront cost or sign-up fees to you. So if you are ever injured in an accident, you can learn about Morgan & Morgan by clicking the link in the description or dial Pound Law, that is Pound 529, from your cell phone. Thank you, Morgan & Morgan, for sponsoring this video. I'm starting out with perhaps one of the newer additions to this ever-growing list, and that is YouTubers, or more specifically, YouTube skaters. Now, not all YouTube skaters are hated. In fact, some are even enjoyed by the most core of skaters. YouTubers such as Ben DeGrosse, NKAvid Skateboarding, and Louis Mora all fall into this list, and that's pretty much it. There's also channels like Thrasher, but they're more of a brand account than anything resembling a YouTuber, so they don't really count. The middle ground is filled with so-called skate vloggers, people like John Hill, Garrett Jenner, and Chris Chan. No, not that Chris Chan, the skater Chris Chan. Which are not really hated by any skaters, and some are even loved, but for the most part, their videos don't really appeal to the core skateboarding audience. Like, yes, their videos are about skateboarding, but most of them will not get clicked over a video from Thrasher. On top of all of that, most of them are glad to hop on so-called corporate sponsorships, which are disliked by a lot of the skateboarding community. Basically, they're walking a fine line between mainstream appeal and staying true to skateboarding roots. While their content might be a good introduction to newcomers to the sport, seasoned skaters will often yearn for more raw, more genuine skate videos. And then on the far end of the spectrum, you have channels like Braille, Andrew Schrock, and let's be real, channels like mine, which are really just trying to reach the widest audience possible, focusing more on views than actual skateboarding. The use of royalty-free music and emphasis on branded content and the lack of raw skate footage can be off-putting to purists. To some, it feels like the essence of skateboarding, which is rooted in rebellion, counterculture, and creativity, is being diluted for mass consumption, which I totally agree with. While I'm sure some of you are really good skaters and enjoy my videos, if I had to guess, most of you watching my videos don't skate or are beginners rather than skaters that have been at it for over 5 years. I actually did a community poll about 10 months ago, and yeah, it's pretty much exactly what I expected. And now probably even less people that skate watch my videos because of the surround content that I've been putting out lately. And to be honest, that's kind of part of my plan. I used to be very passionate about skateboarding, but after my burnout at the end of 2021, I just could not get that much enjoyment from skateboarding or making videos about it. I still do it sometimes because, yeah, it's fun, and let's be real, it beats getting a real job. But for the most part, I'm slowly starting to leave skateboarding in my past, and will continue to make less skateboarding videos in the foreseeable future on my channel until I change my name and stop making them entirely, unless I get greatly inspired to. Probably by the end of this year, but really, who knows? Kids. Unlike your typical Minecraft YouTuber, skateboarders hate kids.
Whose fetus is this?
Nothing sends a shiver down a skater's spine quite like the sight of a swarm of kids running over to occupy a skate park after school gets out. While this might seem like an exaggeration to some, for many skateboarders, this is the ultimate buzzkill. And why is that? Well, kids, especially those that are unfamiliar with the skatepark etiquette, are often unpredictable in their movements, making it a challenge for skaters to anticipate their next move. One minute they could be on the sidelines, and the next they're in the middle of your line, turning a skater's perfectly well-practiced routine into an obstacle course of destruction. And it's not just all about the disruption that they cause, it's also about safety. The skaters are constantly gauging their environment, adjusting their tricks and maneuvers according to their surroundings. The unpredictable nature of a child running or riding around can result in accidents, not just for the skater, but most likely for the child too. And asking them to move is often useless. Some kids might be there without proper supervision, while others, even when chaperoned, might have guardians who are oblivious to the chaos that they're causing, or in some cases, even encourage it. On the subject of kids, they're oftentimes accompanied by even worse parents. Picture this. It's a sunny day, you're at your local skate park, trying to perfect the trick they've been working on for weeks. Suddenly, a parent storms in. Like Moses parting the seas, they demand that skaters make way for their young child, who is clearly inexperienced and maybe shouldn't even be in a crowd area of skaters to begin with. Parents often expect the entire park to adjust to their child's needs, disregarding the unwritten rules and etiquette of the skateboarding community. Now, I'm not talking about all parents here. Some parents are undeniably cool. They'll bring you water, they'll bring you snacks. They're just fun to be around. But there just seems to be a special few who seem to believe that skate park doubles as a child daycare center. These Karens often treat seasoned skaters like unpaid babysitters, expecting them to dodge their little ones while simultaneously demanding a PG-rated environment. Just imagine trying to focus on a trick while a Karen with her overpriced latte yells about dangerous environment or inappropriate language. Here's a tip. If you're looking for quiet, sanitized play areas, maybe the skate park is not the ideal spot. It's almost as if the very sight of a skateboard triggers a reaction in them. On the streets, in parking lots, or even practicing on a quiet sidewalk, Karens seem to have a sixth sense for detecting skateboarders. Their grievances often extend beyond genuine safety concerns and divulge into personal biases or misconceptions about the sport. It's not uncommon to hear of skaters being confronted for simply using a vacant parking lot to practice tricks. "This isn't a playground, you're damaging property," are frequently hurled accusations, even when the skateboarders are cautious and respectful of their surroundings. Then there's the classic, "I'm calling the police" threat. It is as if the act of skateboarding in of itself is a crime. Unfortunately, these confrontations can escalate, leading to unnecessary tension, and sometimes even legal complications. What's often overlooked by these Karens is that skateboarding is not just a pastime. It's a passion and a lifestyle for many. It's an avenue for creativity, exercise, and social connection. Instead of seeing the dedication and skill that it requires, these individuals choose to focus on the noise or their personal prejudice against the sport. And while it's essential for skateboarders to be mindful of their surroundings and respect laws and private property, there is also a dire need for mutual respect and understanding. Stereotypes and prejudices should not dictate interactions. Instead, open dialogue and awareness can bridge the gap between skateboarding community, or for those of you getting bored, let's be real, those Karens haven't gotten pussy or dick in probably 10 years, so that's why they're mad. On to the next point. Cracks and rocks. These everyday road features, often overlooked by pedestrians, are a skateboarding nightmare. Just picture it. You're cruising down a slope, wind against your face, board humming beneath your feet, and then, bam, a small rock, barely the size of a marble, brings you to your feet. Actually, to your face. It is such a tiny obstacle, but with a massive power to disrupt even the smoothest of rides. Cracks, especially the ones that sneak up on you, can be just as treacherous. They snag your wheels, causing your skateboard to lose speed, veer unpredictably, or stop altogether. Not to mention, they can significantly wear down or damage your wheels over time. You could be in the middle of a trick or just enjoying the sheer joy of a ride, and then suddenly it is all disrupted by nature's equivalent of a tripwire. There is no denying the universal annoyance that they cause. In the world of skateboarding, it is often the smallest obstacles that pose the biggest of challenges, especially to beginners. Concrete. I could honestly write a whole video just about concrete, because concrete to a skater is like water to a boat. And as I'm sure most of you know, water and concrete can both come in many shapes, sizes, and textures. To a non-skater, a concrete slab is just that, a flat, unremarkable, boring surface. But to those in the skateboarding community, the nuances of concrete become incredibly essential. Just like water can be calm, turbulent, deep, or shallow, concrete can be smooth, rough, cracked, or wavy. Each type offers a different riding experience and requires a distinct set of skills. Smooth concrete like the ones in freshly paved skate parks is the dream. It allows for seamless rides, easy tricks, and a lesser risk to nasty falls. On the other hand, rough concrete, which you might find in older streets or poorly maintained parks, is a challenge, to say the least. The uneven surface can slow down the board, making the tricks more challenging and increasing the risk of accidents. However, some skaters relish this challenge, seeing it as an opportunity to hone your skills and adapt to different terrains. Skate stoppers. The bane of every urban skater's existence. These metal additions, sometimes referred to as skateboard deterrents, are affixed to ledges, handrails, and other architectural elements stop skaters from skating. Kind of in the name. But the worst part is that they're always placed on the coolest obstacles that you would want to skate. That's not to say that you can't remove them with force or even skate over them, because sometimes you can actually still skate a spot that is skate stopped, but they effectively render a potentially enticing skate spot unusable. To the skateboarding community, these deterrents often feel like a direct attack on skateboarding, especially when done to iconic skate spots such as El Toro. While the friction between property owners and skateboarders is understandable, some cities have sought out alternative solutions, such as designing specific areas as skate-friendly or constructing skate parks where enthusiasts can practice without a hindrance. These approaches recognize skateboarding's cultural significance and its role in urban life, offering a much more inclusive version of our public spaces. Anyway, that is all I have time for in this video. Let me know what you think I missed, and if you like it, give it a like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.